This really is fine craftsmanship. This part's a little different as well.
Need anything?
I could see myself having a kid. It's been a hot day. Well met, son.
Got any arms for a man down on his...
Well met, son.
This hustle and bustle puts me right at home.
Look, as long as you please.
Now, this is a place to forget one's troubles.
No easy answers here. Days like this make me well met, sir.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
After you, Arisen. Do stop and have a look. And wares of every ilk.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Best oil my equipment. Well of the chance.
Now, what was I found again? One never can have too many of these.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter?
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
This really is fine craftsmanship. This part's a little different as well. Oh, yes? I possess no ill intent, I assure you. I merely wished for a closer look at these bows. Those of other races differ so in design from our own, you see. I cannot deny I am curious about them. That's all 'tis, mind, curiosity. I have no desire to actually own one of these contraptions myself. And even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one. It would be unseemly for an elf to aspire to such a thing. No matter how they fascinate me, 'tisn't to be.
That's it for my wares.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purse...
These foreign bows do so intrigue me. But I shall... You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect. Such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply will not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, would you be willing to give me a demonstration? It might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you gifted me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold. But this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
How might I be of service?
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Why is everyone always in such a hurry?
Well,
Look as long as you please. Gotta beat someone.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
Off we go then. There are beasts to be slain.
I can scarcely wait to see what we'll discover along the way.
There is much we ought to tend to if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deezer's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deezer demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
You wouldn't want to make the others jealous now.
This looks as good a place as any.
May the people find succor in this
Times are hard. I'm barely
Idleness is a
scraping by.
luxury I can rarely afford.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
The sooner my duties are complete.
We have arrived.
Apologies, Master.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten. I'd sooner stay out of the bank where possible.
There are few places where
No easy answers here.
I've got to focus. Shift only just begun. Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty. This armor's far from comfortable.
They wish they were in my boots. If they only knew.
Preparations.
Time to hit the sack.
Heading for Rome before goes awry.
Couldn't hurt to put my feet up a moment.
breaking my back for someone else.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brant if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been, your grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us when you leave your chambers. If aught were to happen to you.
I've more time than I know how to spend.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Good tidings, sir. What brings you here?
Suppose I ought to earn my pay. Gentle scratch.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen. This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap, 'twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deezer's schemes run deep. To think, Deezer's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deezer is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deezer's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
Queen Regent Deezer appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
I sense eyes upon us.
It's been a long day.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
I wouldn't mind a chance to doze off as the hills roll by.
Oi there, friend. Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melve again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melve. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
This needs to be delivered. Shall we see it done?
We're to see the... this letter to Sir Leonard in Melve.
Shall we board the ox cart as directed, Master?
Might we consider boarding an ox cart? I don't know about you, but my legs are... stiff as balls.
'Tis the Arisen's choice to make, though I certainly wouldn't begrudge the chance to put my feet up.
That now is a welcome sight.
You like to run into some monsters on the way? Seems nowhere's truly safe nowadays. Should the cart be assailed, 'twill be your job to drive the beasts off.
What the?
As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
This ox cart's bound for Melve. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Where to next?
Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted.
Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
Days like this make me glad to be alive.
Happy stay a while. Townsman couldn't bear to put my feet on it.
What's got you in such a good mood?
I'm the president of command anyway.
Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
We must admit our defeat. All is lost.
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
There are worse ways to travel, I suppose.
Damn dragon. Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll fell that thing myself. There you are.
It's my fate. You cannot expect me to imagine. Originated a gorge in roaring flame. The fire must be put out to get our comrades heard. Fall back, and I will heal it with my magic. Wait a minute. Minor fluid sprays. 'Twill do more than sting.
Yeah, no, right.
My magics are at your disposal.
we not use this to our advantage? I've got hold of the enemy!
This foe is lying steadily into front. We must do all we can to prevent it from entering.
And we best move quickly, or else wait for skills to decide.
Right hard enough! I know how to do this right!
Marshal, lead the charge!
Show yourself!
'Twas a lesson in determination.
Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
Let me be the one to collect it. That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. 'Tis a style all my own. A patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of slaying the dragon. That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style, all a patchwork of techniques.
I've not said no to shit.
Wasn't sure we'd survive that, but here we are. My thanks for your efforts.
Where are you going? I'll take the night one.
Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
Let's see. What can we do without?
What I can do for you? Looking for some work, are you?
He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time away.
Uh-huh. There's something written here.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Live with myself.
Somehow my feet.
Is that you, Norbert? Ah, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... it is a dangerous place. I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your hands, friend.
Our aid is required, Master. Let us depart with due haste.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
Wish I didn't have to work to succeed, right?
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Do come again.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
I wish I knew your restraint, Arisen. Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Tis a blessing to find myself so busy as this.
Aught you need of me?
A good day to you.
We're saved. I haven't the words to thank you. I doubt we would have pulled through if not for you.
There's aught to be said for peace and quiet.
Master, I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going without rest.
You're not the only one. I'm on my last legs.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
Trying to get back to work.
I've things to do, if you don't mind.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles. Well met, sir.
This is a place to forget one's troubles.
I trust all's well, sir. Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. Must finding these be so difficult?
A splendid discovery.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
Wakestone shards are worth their weight in gold when one has enough of them to combine.
We must take care not to throw it away by mistake.
I'll go on an adventure of my own.
Performance like mine requires no ostentation.
There's a ladder here.
Off to you, Arisen.
I follow my whims, wheresoever.
What is it? I'm rather bit.
Not much going on.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It is a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
I suppose we'll be wanting to report back now.
Seems naught ever goes right.
Perhaps I ought to learn.
These faces have grown mightily familiar.
Well, would that we could continue our journey together forevermore. But a time may come when we must part.
I don't like this place at all. Seems naught ever goes right.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.